Good morning, everybody. This is Danny at Partay. So I'm going to start out with a question, which would be why would you ever show this to anybody? I wouldn't even bother, man. It's hard to even make out what it is. If you look hard, you can see there's some little fish in there. But otherwise, man, it's as dim as the day is long. But let's be honest. The whole reason that you did this video was just so you could tout an upcoming contract, right? So let's talk about that. The company that you're talking about, we had somebody reach out to us last year. It was towards the beginning of the fall, and it was about establishing a franchise here in South Carolina because South Carolina, they don't have a franchise here, right? And we've got 2 or 3 other companies in the state that do these kind of services where they just take out the blow up screens and set those up. If anybody that had visited our website early on, you'd have saw there was an event services page. It's still there. It's just hidden right now because it's not even a priority now, but we'll continue to deliberate whether or not it makes sense for us to get into that business, because the biggest thing is that most folks, residential, they want to procure you for Friday night or Saturday night or Sunday evening, right? I'm not going to do that. Those times are too important to me. So essentially what you end up with is a younger staff that you send out doing that. And then you're bidding against other companies to try to get the lowest rate, right? So, not really the most lucrative for us. It would be more of a complication and a hassle for scheduling. So that's just kind of where we stand with it. As to whether or not we'll ever get into it, we'll see. What we're looking at getting into is actually mobile staging, which is we would take out mobile stages. I've talked to a number of different suppliers in Tennessee, North Carolina, and Georgia. And we have a pretty good market point where we feel like we could get into that business next year, maybe later this year, but probably next year. And we'd have to procure the mobile staging vehicles. But that's something that we've definitely been interested in, something my wife's been extremely interested in getting us involved in. So we'll see where that goes. But the long story short here is, and I know Ken sounds like he's going to have a stroke. You would think he just signed a contract with Optima, but let me be honest as to what's really happening here. These aren't really contracts in the nature of contract. These are wholesale agreements. So all he's doing is he's working with not Premier proper, not the whole company. He's dealing with one local franchise owner here. And he's just working out a wholesale agreement to sell him paint for cheaper than he would sell at retail. That's it. That's it. And as to whether that happens or not, we'll see. Right? We'll see, because I can be honest with you, unless the guy's a complete moron, I would not be impressed with this. Not at all. And you got to remember, I mean, that's, anybody with a little bit of cash on hand can buy into franchises like this. They'll train you, they'll show you what to do. You can get the equipment at a discount, that kind of stuff, but doesn't mean that you're a pro. So I'll leave that. You guys decide whatever it is, but I would tell you that anybody who's ever been involved in installation, you have wholesale agreements with numerous people. Generally for installation services, you may even subcontract some of this stuff out. So these type of relationships are commonplace. We have a multitude of them ourselves. Even things like, the Southern Baptist Association, an agreement with them to work with the churches throughout the South and all that kind of stuff. That'd be another example of, say, wholesale agreements that you have. But then with other installers, with other installers' equipment. So some of the equipment that you would use, some of the equipment that we have to work with from, say, Sunbelt, where you have to get wholesale pricing for, use of lifts and booms and things like that. So there's all kinds of wholesale agreements. So all this guy's doing is just saying, look, I'm going to, if he decides to do it, he's going to buy some of this paint, but he's not going to pay retail price for it. So he's going to get it cheaper than he would if he was to buy it, say, ordering off YouTube or the internet. That's all that's going on here, guys. So it's not like, Luminous 4K technology is going to get launched into the atmosphere, because it's not. All right. So you guys take care.